Okay, this chapter is on other chords that I really enjoy. I call these my other chord gems, right? They don't necessarily fit other places, so I just want to go through some of these chords for you. Some of these chords I've learned years ago, and what I did was I used to have like a book and I'd write down different chord voicings that I really enjoyed. Now, me, I'm not necessarily super organized, so I'd write a few down here and a few down there and a few down there, and then, eventually lose the book or the sheet of paper or whatnot. But the act of writing them down was good to help, lock them into my memory. If you're an organized person, I would definitely suggest, have a nice notebook, write down the chord voicings that you like, print off all these sheets. This is a great place to start. But you're always going to find new chord voicings along the way. Especially like you pick up an arrangement, right? And then somebody like does some, like, I don't know, some crazy chord that you haven't heard about. You see the chord symbol, analyze, and like, oh, I like how that is. Okay, well, let me like write that down and practice it and stuff like that. Remember, it's a vocabulary that you're learning here. All right, so let me start with this first one. This one is a C augmented seventh with a flatted ninth, all right? So it's a C7 sharp 5 flat 9 chord. It's a great sounding chord. Now, really what it is it's a C7 down here, right? Root 3 and 7th, and it's a what? Oh, it's an upper structure triad. It's really an upper structure triad built on the flatted 5th, but this time it's minor instead of major, okay? It's a great sounding chord. A lot of times you see that note and you might think, oh, well, let me just build a chord on the second instead, right? And that's a great sound, but sometimes it's nice to throw in that little flat 9 as well. Has a nice little bite to it. So once again, these notes are C, E, B flat in the left hand, D flat in the right hand, F sharp, and A. Okay? All right. Now, up to this point, most of the chords have been just within one octave. This chord, I'm going to change it, and I'm going to go up to a ninth, all right? So if this is too much of a stretch for you, just arpeggiate it like this. All right, I'll show you. This chord is a C minor 7. Listen to how beautiful that chord is. So it's all spread out, but what's great about it is spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out, but right here you have that little tension in there, right? That minor second. It's a great sounding chord to kind of just roll right into that. The notes are C, G, D in the left hand, E flat, B flat, E flat in the right hand. It's real simple, right? Now, like I said, you can just roll that, all right, or do something like that, okay, if you have to get it, if you have to move fast. Now listen to what happens if I just move around in this chord. Isn't that a beautiful sound? It's like haunting and mysterious. Okay, next chord. And this isn't necessarily anything that's super fancy, but I mention it because I want to show you this cluster, all right? I love using cluster chords. And a cluster is just when you have like a cluster of notes. See how I have these 3 notes together? I'll show it to you on the F7 chord. I use that chord all the time. This is F and E flat in the left hand, and then G, A, B natural. So it's a dominant 7th chord, right? There's the root in the 7th, and there's a 3rd, and there's a 9 and sharp 11 added to it. Do it on C. You can throw the E down there in the left hand as well. All right, you can throw the A up here. Get a nice cluster sound. Okay, number 4, this open-ended dominant funk chord. Okay. This is a real interesting chord. I like using this one. And I, a lot of times, use just this right hand part of it. So like, and what it is the flat 3rd, the flatted 6th, and the 9th. Let me do it though in E, because this is a little bit low. So you hear how even just moving it like that changes the whole sound. That's a little too muddy, but boy, right there, it just opens the whole thing right up. There's the minor third, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The flatted sixth, and then the ninth. Now, so you see how cool that sound is? Now, if I wanted to, I could. Move up by a half step, move down by a half step. Now it's pretty tense, and how would you analyze it? Well, you know, like I said, it's kind of like it'd be kind of like a dominant seventh chord with that sharp 5 and sharp 9 in there, okay? But really, it doesn't have the third or the seventh in the chord. Like I said, I like having those open sounds because it lets you do a lot of different stuff with the harmony. It also allows the bass player to do. Bass player can go all over the place and do a lot of stuff because you're not really focusing in on that harmony. So that's a great sound right there, nice funk sound. All right, number 5 is this minor cluster. It's another great sound. Notice what I'm doing here is I'm doing that root 5, and there's the ninth, and then that half step again, right? So it's a lot like this chord, okay? It's just taking off that top note, right? And just using that cluster right in there. Could you add the 11? Of course, right. Could you move that to a C? Sure. Could you throw 11 down here and 5 up there? Try it out. See how you like it. See what it sounds like. Personally, I'm not all that into it. That, love it. Perfect. All right, number 6. Here's another nice funk chord. This one. All right, let me do it down an octave here for you. And it's just the C down here, right? And then right here I have my third, my flat 13, my flat 7th, and my sharp 9. All right. All I did there was just go up a half step. Okay. If it's moving too fast for you, don't worry about it. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing there. I'm just doing it so you can kind of see how you can rhythmicize that chord. Don't worry about trying to play that exact rhythm. If you can get it, great. If all you can do, that's fine too. What I suggest doing is play along with the funk play along in the subscribers area and just come up with your own rhythms, okay? All right, number 7. This one, yeah. Stacked triads. Now, I did that before on that C minor, but really I just want to show you what it is. C minor triad, triad built on the flat 7, on B flat. So I have C minor triad, B flat major triad. Stack them together, and you get this beautiful minor 11 chord voicing with the 9. So C, B flat, G, B flat, D, F. Root, flat 3rd, 5th, flat 7th, 9th, and 11th. Now, when you think of it that way, it's easy to just say, okay, make a minor triad on the root, make a major triad on the flatted 7th. So I got to do E flat. Oh, boom. I got to do D. Okay, boom. I got to do G. Oh. So you see, by conceptualizing chords in different ways, it makes it easier for you to be able to get to them. All right. Number 8. I use this technique a lot. This is constant structure. And basically what constant structure is, and if you listen to my group Katahdin's Edge, you'll hear me use this technique. Basically what happens is you set up a drone, you know, so here I'm on C, right? And then in the right hand, I can do any type of constant triad or constant chord over that drone, and the ear will be forgiving of it. So this is what happens if I just do like a... All I'm doing is these major triads in second inversion. Any one of them. It's a nice way of doing an intro or an ending. Okay, so. Okay. Number 9, left-hand alternatives. Just want to make sure you know, just playing the root and the fifth down here. So if you have a chord that's really low, like if I want to do E flat, right? Then I'm just voicing down from the root. So I can just throw that fifths down there. I don't have to worry about trying to do the major 7. That's a little tense there. But if I just do fifths, the other alternative is tenths. Now, if you can reach a tenth, lucky you. Okay, I'm lucky that I can reach tenths as well. I can reach all the different tenths. All right, so that means I can do nice, big chords like this and spread them out. Okay, if you can't do it, don't worry about it. It's okay. All right. What you can do though is, see how I just arpeggiate that for F minor. Okay, let me do C minor here. Now you can do some real nice. This is just a nice little pattern here. It's root 5, 9, 5, flat 3, 5, 9, 5. C, G, D, G, E flat, G, D, G. Could you do it in major? Absolutely. See how this could be a nice ballad kind of sound. Now, if you want to do it with a sus sound, remember that sus chord from before? Don't go up to the third. Instead, just go. And then we resolve. Chord is that? G7 sus, sus flat 9. Okay. So it's a nice alternative as well. And you know, I'm doing this here on number 10 as well, just arpeggiating that left hand. Okay. This also works well if it's too low, you know, so like say I wanted to do this. It might be a little too low. I actually know that one sounds really nice. Okay, that's a little low, but if I do this, this is on A flat, right? Sounds nice, and it's just the root, the fifth, and the third. I'm just arpeggiating. Okay. So far, we've gone through so many different chord voicings. There's a lot of hip chord voicings. Now, take a look at the last chapter. I'm going to talk about real-world examples, okay, of how to use these different chord voicings. I'm going to talk a little bit about comping chords as well and how you can use those chords for comping. All right? Take care.